Unit 18 Heredity. Introduction. Like begets like is an important and universal phenomenon of life, as the living beings produce offspring of their own kind. Color of eye, color of hair, shape of nose, type of earlobe, etc. are inheritable traits. Have you ever wondered how do we inherit traits and characteristics from our father and mother? Some of our characteristics might have been inherited from our grandparents. How do we inherit characters from one generation to another? It is because of the genes we inherit from our parents. These genes are responsible for the physical outlook and biological functions. The branch of biology that deals with the genes, genetic variation, and heredity of living organisms is called genetics. Heredity is transmission of characters from one generation to the next generation, while variation refers to the differences shown by the individuals of the same species and also by the offspring of the same parents. All these can happen only due to chromosomes. Now, let's see what chromosomes are and how they are composed with the DNA that form the genetic material. Gregor Johann Mendel, father of genetics. Mendel was an Austrian monk who discovered the basic principle of heredity through his experiments. His experiments are the foundation for modern genetics. Mendel had chosen 7 pairs of contrasting characters. Reasons for Mendel's success. He chose the pea plant as it was advantageous for experimental work in many aspects. It is naturally self-pollinating and so is very easy to raise pure breeding individuals. It has a short lifespan as it is an annual, and so it was possible to follow several generations. It is easy to cross-pollinate. It has deeply defined contrasting characters. The flowers are bisexual. Monohybrid cross. Inheritance of one gene. Crosses involving inheritance of only one pair of contrasting characters are called monohybrid cross. For example, it is a cross between two forms of a single trait, like a cross between tall and a dwarf plant. Mendel's explanation and monohybrid cross. Parental generation. Pure breeding tall plant and a pure breeding dwarf plant. F1 generation. Plants raised from the seeds of pure breeding parental characters. Cross in F1 generation were tall and monohybrids. F2 generation. Selfing of the F1 monohybrids resulted in tall and dwarf plant respectively in the ratio of 3:1. The actual number of tall and dwarf plants obtained by Mendel was 787 tall and 277 dwarf. External expression of a particular trait is known as phenotype. So the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. In the F2 generation, 3 different types were obtained. Tall homozygous. Capital T, pure 1. Tall heterozygous. Capital T, small t 2. Dwarf homozygous. Only small t 1. So the genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. A genotype is the genetic expression of an organism.